Yo, what up guys? Sammy Lee here from the Soul Brothers, and today I just got a dope shoe in. If you guys already know, this is the Dame 5s. I've been waiting. The leaks have come out so long ago. It feels like it's been like a couple months. And we finally got a pair in, and then, obviously official pictures came out and Damian Lillard was seen playing in these. And it's grown on me a lot, sorry about roasting these so much when we first saw it. You can't really blame us. Everyone was hating on it, even though that's not really an excuse. But yeah, I definitely really like it now. Shout out to Connor Livingston for sending these out. If you guys want to follow him, his IG handle is like wherever I'm going to put it, right over here. But yeah, so this is the Dame 5. Let's get it started right off with the traction. So Adidas they're not playing any games. It's just straight up herringbone. No BS, no storytelling traction. It's just proven herringbone traction, which is, multi-directional. Usually really good unless, the actual rubber compound is really, really bad. So I'm really happy about that. I tried it on my wood floors. It seems to be really stopping really well. Pretty damn squeaky. It stops really hard, and that's just on my wood floors. And if it's pretty good on my wood floors, it's usually really good at the gym. So I'm really happy about that. It feels like the rubber compound is really good. Also, it's really hard as well. So outdoor use and durability seems like it's gonna be good. So yeah, the only problem is, how is it on dust? And we'll obviously have to find out how it is on dust, when I go to the gym and play in these. But, as of right now, first impressions, traction seems really good, stopping power on a clean court. It seems like it's going to stop on a dime, and durability and all that seems really good. So, traction, very happy with. And this colorway is actually like a mixture of solid and, translucent, which is interesting. So, I guess in one shoe, I have both solid and translucent. But anyways, that's the traction. Let's move on to the cushion. Obviously, of course, it is bounce cushion. It doesn't really say bounce on it. It usually does. When it's bounce cushion, it says bounce, but nowhere on the shoe does it say it's bounce cushion. But we already know how it feels. It feels really nice. Not the lightest feeling cushion ever as far as weight goes. It is on the heavier side. But yeah, bounce cushion is super nice. It's bouncy. And impact protection is really good. It is a pretty thick slab as well. I wonder if it, kind of comes up. It probably does. Your foot is probably not sitting all the way on top of this midsole. So it probably comes up a little bit on the side, but it's still pretty damn thick. But yeah, impact protection seems like it's going to be good. There's a good amount of heel compression, but still responsive in the forefoot. And core feel seems to be good as well. This cushion setup seems like it's going to be a very good performing cushion setup, so I'm not really worried about that. The insole is their regular Adidas paper stock insole, super thin, not a lot of memory foam, or like it's not super comfortable as far as like step and comfort goes. But the bounce makes up for it. And the strobe board is actually kind of like the soft type of strobe board. If you've seen our chop shops, there is a little bit of foam on top of that strobe board, which also feels pretty nice. But overall cushion is very comfortable. Moving on to the materials, it just says it's a textile upper. There are different uppers for different colorways. Every single colorway that's released here in the US has a textile or like mesh textile, whatever you want to call it. It looks like a mesh a little bit, but they're calling it a textile upper in the toe. And then in the back, it's more of like a suede. I believe there is a colorway in China where the entire upper was leather, which is pretty interesting. I'd love to try that. But all the colorways that we got in the US on Adidas.com is this textile upper in the forefoot, and more of like a really, really shit suede. Like it actually kind of feels like felt, a really cheap felt. And a lot of dust and dirt is already getting stuck on it. And I feel like it's going to be really hard to wipe off once, you start playing and you get some like scuff marks and stuff on it. So that in the back, it kind of sucks. But in the forefoot, really soft, very pliable, and also feels pretty damn supportive. Not the thinnest type of material ever. It feels a little thick, but on foot, it's really comfortable. And I like the overall materials. It's pretty nice. I just wish they would have used a little bit better of a quality material in the back. But it's a $115 shoe, so you can't really complain about that. The tongue is the same type of material as, like like in the back. It's a felt type of material, and there is a little bit of padding here on the tongue as well, which feels nice. And also another interesting thing is like the lining. The lining is a textile material as well, and there's a lot of little pod memory foam type of Achilles pillows things. So you have Achilles pillows obviously in the back, which feels really nice. It feels a little bit low on the foot. It kind of reminds me of how the Harden Volume 2 felt. You know how like the lip or the, you know, Achilles pillow kind of goes really low on the heels. So that's what it kind of feels like, but not as low as the Harden Volume 2. It's a little bit higher, but I can still notice it. I wish they would have put the pillows a little bit higher, but it still feels comfortable. And there's just like a whole bunch of pillows in the inside, and that also makes the overall shoe very comfortable. Moving on to the fit, I went true to size, and there is a little bit of the length, so it's a little long. So I would suggest going down half a size if you want a really snug fit. But for me, it's just a little long, so not too big of a deal there. Width-wise, I'd say it's around normal. Not super wide and not super narrow. It's not choking my foot out. I'd say it's a really good width for me. So yeah, fit for me is really good besides, I guess, the length. Also in the toe box, it's a pretty snug fit in the toe box, so that feels good as well. The support and lockdown, it seems like it's going to be really good. And you know, you have this little TPU plate here for lateral containment, which obviously they use in the next levels. And I feel like, you know, as a good design, especially for lateral containment. And it's a pretty soft rubber-like plastic, but it seems supportive enough, and it comes up all the way, I guess, into the forefoot. So I feel like lateral containment is going to be really good. There is an internal TPU heel counter, and there's no heel slippage or anything like that. So, you know, support and lockdown feels like it's gonna be good. This ankle sleeve thing is nice. This also feels really comfortable on the ankle. It is kind of like a mid though, but it doesn't really feel like you get a lot of ankle protection or a lot of ankle restriction. So it kind of just feels like a low to me, you know, with a little bit of padding here, you know. So there's that. Moving on to the weight, it is 12.7 ounces. That's around normal. That's average actually. It feels pretty light in hand. It feels pretty light on foot as well. It feels like it's gonna be really responsive. You know, traction seems good, supportive materials and stuff like that. So I'm really happy about that. It is a little puffy though, so it's not the most minimal feeling shoe comparing it to, like, I guess a Curry 6 or, you know, other shoes like that. But it still feels pretty light and minimal. Moving on to the aesthetics, I really like this, especially this colorway. I think this is the all skate colorway. I think it's because Damian Lillard really likes to roller skate or something like that. And it says, you know what time it is. I really like this colorway, and also really like this shoe. It's growing on me a lot. Tell us what you guys think. What do you guys think of the aesthetics of the shoe down in the comment section below. But wrapping things up, it's $115. They're keeping it cheap. Shout out to Damian Lillard. He loves the people. And, you know, he's keeping his shoes cheap. You know, he's not adding boost or anything. Keeping it with bounce, which, you know, if I was in this position, I would want the best stuff in my shoes, even though bounce is really nice. But, you know, he said he wants to keep the cost of his shoes low so that everyone can afford his shoes. But yeah, my first impressions are really nice. Traction seems like it's good. You know, bounce cushion is always really never disappointing at all. And materials seem very nice as well. So the only thing I'm worried about is dust on traction. I feel like it's gonna be really good. So yeah, 115 bucks. If you guys want a cobble pair, we'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye.